pulled in too many directions. Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, I am just getting started for my day. It's a little cloudy outside, a little bit chilly, but I am going out for my run this morning. And I wanted to come on here today and talk about being pulled in too many directions. What do? You know, sometimes life can put a lot on our plate without us asking for it. And other times we put a lot on our plates ourselves, and we chose to do that. Either way, sometimes we can feel like we're being pulled in too many directions. Too many people are placing demands upon us, and we are placing too many demands upon ourselves to achieve everything that is on our plate. I'm a very, very busy person. I'm very active, and I do take on a lot. And yet I monitor closely what I do take on, and I monitor closely the demands that others put upon my life, because I too can get pulled in too many directions. And when that happens, we become stressed. And when we become stressed, we tend to make mistakes, and we tend to not perform at our very best in life in general. And so for me personally, what I do is I constantly monitor my plate of life to make sure that no one else is putting too many things on it for me, and that I too am not putting too many things on it for me, to the point that I feel pulled in too many directions. I don't know which direction to go in, because I feel like everybody wants something from me, and I've also put my own demands on that plate. So for me, I put the things on that plate of life, leaving some room on that plate for things that do come up in life. You know, life happens, things can happen, and sometimes they need our attention, our focus, and our energy. And so I leave a little space, or sometimes even a moderate space, on my plate of life, along with the things that are very, very important to me, so that if something does come up, I have enough room in there that I can fit it in. What happens is often people fill up their plate of life, and then what happens is something comes along, or a couple somethings, and that gets put on their plate too. And now they're pulled in too many directions. They're stretched to the limit. They're exhausted, they're worn out, they're making mistakes, their relationships are suffering, and perhaps even their health is suffering, or their finances are suffering, or other areas of their life is suffering. So for me, I'm very, very selective about what I allow to be put on my plate of life, and what I also put on my plate of life, so that I'm not pulled, that I'm not stretched, so that I am performing at my very best. You know, rubber bands are meant to be pulled, but if they're pulled too far, they can snap and break. And so I don't want to do that. So what I do is, like I said, I'm very selective about what comes into my life and what I allow myself to take on. I am not meant to solve everyone's problems. I am meant to solve some people's problems, or be a part of the solution, but not everyone's. And not everything do I take on. Sometimes we jump into things that we don't even have a right to be in, and sometimes we can make a mess of it. Other times we can jump into that, and we end up taking on all the work, whereas other people, it's really their responsibility. And then there are times that we should jump in and help out, or actually take over. It just all depends. So for me, I really, really pay attention to what I do take on, whether it's my own choices, or whether it's things or situations that other people try to put into my life. And so by being selective, and by being willing to say no, I can say yes to the right things for my life. And that way I don't get stressed, I don't get pulled in too many different directions. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope to talk to you all soon again. From my house to your house, God bless you, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.